You are listening to an exclusive on Pod Hub Network. Your city, your podcast.
To the delight of this crowd, McClendon marches down the dugout steps with first base.
McCutcheon's throw. The runner breaks to the plate. Here's the throw. Wow. He is out. The Buccos win. That ball's hit well to left center field. Back toward the track. And that ball is gone.
You are listening to the North Shore 9 podcast. Follow them on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Also, make sure to watch NS9 Live every Thursday on Twitch and help support by becoming a patron. Let's go Bucks!
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to NS9 Live. I'm your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, we got Tyler, Wagner to Kutch. What is up, Tyler?
It's been a long night already.
It really has been a long night. I'm just so, oh my God. I don't know. I'll put it this way. If you're watching this, you're not watching it live. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah. Technology's not our strong suit right now.
And I don't know what it is. I'm completely baffled right now. And if you're listening to the podcast, then good for you.
You know what? If you're listening to the podcast and you have any idea why OBS will not stream to Twitter, go ahead and let us know.
DM us.
Because you might know a little more than we do.
I can't begin to tell you how upset I am. And this is last week as well. The same issue we had last week, we're having this week. I don't get it. I'm not going to go into too much detail. We'll leave it at what you said, Tyler. If you know, hit us up. But with that said, we're doing a show. It'll be out on a podcast. Yep. I'm going to upload this to YouTube, obviously, tomorrow, which is Friday, eventually. But what I'll say, too, especially since we know it's not live, if you are listening to this right now, it is Friday, which means it's the 40-man deadline. It's not tomorrow. It's today.
You know, and thank you if you're listening live or listening through a podcast.
At all.
I appreciate you.
Listen to you, Tyler. You're sounding all nice. And
also, you know what? It kind of gets the blood flowing a little bit back to the old days, Nardo. Just a podcast.
Just a podcast, no live stream, no interaction, no gym. I mean, the good old days.
Yeah. It's the artist dugout all over again.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Where's Geddes?
We should get
Where are the drops at?
I'm talking to him on my phone. Well, I'm not, but he's in the chat that I'm in. That I'd probably be better doing right now than technology. But with that said, yeah, we're going back. Like, it's no Jim tonight. It's just you and I, Tyler. Wow. Jim, once again,
old school.
He's got too much better things to do in his life.
He does. And if we're going old school, I'm going old school Tyler.
Oh, the old Wagner to Kutch.
I have matured since then, I think.
You've matured very much
on camera.
But I was going to say, right, you're not like draped out and looking like a Sith Lord over here.
Yeah, you're right.
But the listeners want to know, but what was the old? Because they know this Tyler to Wag, this Tyler to Kutch.
No, I mean, if you have followed me long enough, you'd know. But
sounds like you got some gears to grind.
Yeah, we did get a little bit difficult on the old DiNardo's dugout, but I'm more at a point right now where I just want to warn anyone who is listening, if there's anybody listening right now. I'm a noodle brain right now, dude. We're at the end of the year. Work is just kicking my ass. You know it.
Yeah, for you.
You work in a kind of similar field. Every single goal that needs to be met by a company is getting thrown on your lap right now. And if you're similar to me, I mean, the whole world. Well, no, just the whole world. We are so short-staffed right now that it's kind of just falling on us.
Yeah.
And I am so noodle. I was talking to my cousin earlier, and I think I could not remember at least like 4 words. I just had to be, what am I trying to say? That's where I'm at right now.
What are words?
And I'm not even drunk. Like, I just don't know what I'm saying.
And what's funny about
I can't
this
remember words.
is this is after the Pirates season. Like, you've endured the Pirates season.
Yeah.
Pretty like cognitive speaking, you're up there. You're okay. You could put together words and sentences and thoughts. The season's over. Like, the Pirate season's done. You could get clear-minded and you're at your worst now. That's,
Dude,
I guess, impressive if you want to say.
I am so, like, my brain is on empty right now. I cannot tell you how excited I am for Thanksgiving, even though it's going to just bring hell.
I'm actually
Because
I'm in that state where I can't believe Thanksgiving's already like a week away. I forgot.
Yeah, but it's all that Monday after Thanksgiving. If you work in a job that gives you off Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that Monday after is the worst day of your life. There's not a doubt about it.
I mean, I'm not going to
Because
the worst day of your life, Tyler?
oh, it's the worst day. Everybody's off. All your coworkers are off. You're so short-staffed and nobody's been able to reach you for 4 days. It's awful.
All right. Well, we've set the tone for this podcast. So,
man, I can't tell you. I am a noodle brain right now. I apologize if I end up just saying random stuff. I don't know why. I'm tired. It's been a long month. Actually, I have 11 vacation days left. I have 12. I have 15 total. I've used.
Yeah, nobody cares, Tyler.
I have 12 and a half vacation days left out of 15.
Yeah, you should
And
probably
I
use
just
those.
can't take them. I cannot take them because nobody is off or nobody is available.
Can you carry them over?
It's me. No.
So you're just going to lose them. You're just going to lose.
Yeah.
You've just willingly lost vacation days this year. You are an idiot.
Probably. But what am I going to do?
You're an absolute idiot.
DiNardo,
You should have used some
sales.
time. So?
It's sales. My money depends on selling.
I get it. So?
But so much more than that. But
so
still.
do better. Sell better. Or plan it out right. The months you're doing, you know you're going to have good months. Take some vacation days. So
it's a long story, but everyone knows I coach baseball, so I don't get charged for those days, so it's kind of evens out.
Okay. Well, regardless. Yeah, I'm at the point where, so it was weird because the Pirate season ended. I was watching the playoffs. I've kind of been like, and I feel bad. Like, I don't want to say 1 foot in, 1 foot out by any means, but I just haven't been as active. I definitely have not been as active on Twitter. And I think especially once the season ended, because for 1-2, and we'll talk about today on the show, I mean, it's the Pirates. It's the 2021 offseason heading into the 2022 supposed season, depending on how that goes, Rob Manfred. But I've kind of just felt like I'm at this space where there's not much going on anyways, where I'm just kind of chilling. I'm just kind of almost to a degree, just kind of enjoying not paying attention to something, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Then there hasn't been much to pay attention to, like obviously with the Pirates that we're talking about, they haven't done much. It's not like you're really focused on free agency. There was no chance of Verlander coming to the Pirates. None of that. So since the World Series, like I said, especially, I've kind of just been in chill mode, not noodle brain mode, but chill mode. And I've kind of enjoyed it. But at the same sense, I don't want to be in that mode. Like, so I need the Pirates to start doing something. So today, I think being like the first official, because again, today's Friday, if you're listening, official day of like the Pirates off season where something has to happen. We have the 40-man. Okay, cool. Let's kick this off. So that's kind of where I've been in my mental state and physical state for a few weeks.
The thing is about where we're at right now, I log into Twitter. If people are arguing about the Pirates, it's like, someone's already covered that. I'm good.
Right.
I don't really have anything to add to that. I'm not just gonna like tweet underneath. Agreed.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt too. I think that's why I've been away. I'm on Twitter. Like I see things, but I'm not engaging so much right now because I'm kind of at the meh. You know, like I think there's just a lot of needless conversation because
I mean, I just have nothing else to add.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. But you know what? We are doing a show. The people are listening. We do have some things to talk about today. Again, as stated, the 40-man is coming. I guess I should put this graphic up for the people that are going to be watching this video at some point in time. But the 40-man roster deadline is today. Pirates definitely have some moves to make. And in the realm of that, like, there's clearly not a ton of major moves. It's not as if the Pirates have a great team.
No.
And they're going to lose a lot of good players, right? Or at the risk of it. But there's definitely a plethora of people, right? Most of them called baseball players. And the Pirates have to make a decision on which one of them they want to keep and which one they want to make available to other teams to potentially take. I do think that there are certainly some players that won't be protected and have a really good chance of being picked up. But as we'll get into, I don't think we're totally worried.
No.
Okay.
No.
Like I look at this. So like I said, the Pirates have some pieces here. You know, the Yankees were picked apart a few years ago. The Pirates were part of that. I forget who they all were, and that's going to lead us into another thing too. But the year that the Pirates picked up Tyler Webb, which I loved that Rule 5 pickup, that pitcher who didn't do anything.
I forgot he existed.
Went to the Cardinals, didn't really do too much. I think he had like one decent year. But yeah, like that year, the Yankees got picked apart because they had talent. Like they were good. They can't protect everyone. There was actual talent out there to be taken. And I feel like 4 or maybe even 5 players were taken in that draft. Pirates might have a few this year. They could definitely have a few. But as I just said about Tyler Webb, I was excited about Tyler Webb. Where's Tyler Webb now? Well, basically nowhere. So this is pretty much what you're finding. And I think like whatever pieces that the Pirates may lose in this upcoming Rule 5, I think you're going to find out that it's, 4 years later down the road, you're like, I forgot that guy even existed.
Yeah. And to be fair, how many picks did the Pirates have last year in the Rule 5?
Yes. Yeah.
And we're at the point right now where
one's already returned.
Who are they? Who are they?
Right.
Like the Rule 5 is far less important than we like to make it out to be. But it's almost December. We have nothing better to do.
It's a good way of looking at it. Again, as I stated, it's the off season for the Pirates. There's not much going on. This is kind of like the first thing for us to really, really dive in and talk to about. So yeah, we got to make it a thing, Tyler. We got to show some passion in this.
No, but there really is a point to be made about the Pirates had a 40-man crunch, more than I think we've seen in a long time, where they were in a rebuilding mode and everybody and their mother that they traded for was Rule 5 eligible. So
yeah, Charrington brought this upon himself for one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not saying it was right or wrong, but the reason, even more like you said, reason we're talking about this is because it's like literally every prospect that Charrington traded for was like, oh, and he's Rule 5 eligible this year. Oh, and he's Rule 5 eligible this year. The Pirates have made 39 trades. 37 involved were Rule 5 eligible.
Literally.
Right.
There's a gym
that
right
noodle
now.
brain. The eyes are going side to side. Yeah.
No, I went back to a former place of Jim being on here where we freeze him out for a minute.
Right. No, it's just us. So if we stop talking, it sounds really awful. But yes.
I know.
So we'll kind of get into it. So I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to, I guess, elaborate on that, opposed to talking officially about the 40-man here.
No, I think there's so much to get into with it that it might take a minute.
Let's just do it. So I was thinking, why don't we look at the active roster as it stands right now? Okay.
Yep.
Currently, which I guess we can touch on this for some notes, right? The Pirates, they did release Tanner Anderson, Taylor Davis, and
Exactly.
Phillip Evans, right? Evans being the most notable, but so they released those three. Officially, as it stands, as of right now, there's 37 players on the 40-man, which means there's 3 open spots. However, I think you and I both know Pirates need well more than 3 spots to protect the people that they need to protect.
Yeah.
So certainly
Crazy.
some people that are being left off here shortly, if not already by the time you're listening to this.
When I received that message of the guys being released, I got last names only. Obviously, I knew who Evans was. But when I got Anderson and Davis, it was, who are those?
Right. Yeah, and Tanner, not to be confused with Tyler.
Yeah. So, okay.
Because I know when I first read that too, I was like, wait, what? I was, oh yeah, Tanner.
Oh. You know what? That actually was one of the first thoughts that came to my house. What? Are we talking about a different team?
Yeah. Didn't we trade Tyler Anderson like twice?
Yeah.
Right. Yep. So Tanner Anderson, Taylor Davis, and Phillip Evans. I'm not really surprised on either of them. I think Phillip Evans was a fun story. It was cool. He left you something you wanted to see a little more of this year. And then this year he proved that it was cool and a fun story.
Yeah. You know what? He was a good lottery ticket. It just didn't work out. I buy a lot of those. It doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't even know if he was a good lottery ticket. It was a whatever that ended up playing well. So then he became, he was a lottery ticket where you scratched off and you got 2 of them, right? And now you're waiting to see the third. But you knew you were going to lose to begin with. But, you know, it gave you a little hope because you saw 2 of the same items come up. You just never got the third. And now you throw the ticket away.
It's probably a little bit long overdue.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, well, yeah.
Because we talked about the 25-man crunch last year, where not even a crunch, but a bunch of bad players where who do we get rid of?
Right.
Phillip Evans came to mind quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. I just felt it was a little bit unfair because he gave you in those, 40 plate appearances, 60 plate appearances, whatever it was, right? It was fun and he was playing well. So it was like, well, what if? And then he started this year pretty hot too, but that lasted very shortly.
Yeah, I think we're both more than okay with it, though.
All right. So 37 guys. Let's go down this list. I think obviously a lot of them will be very quick. Like we don't have to touch and talk about Brian Reynolds too long. So we'll start with the pitching. The very first guy, Anthony Banda. Yay or nay, Tyler?
I'm okay getting rid of him.
Yeah, I don't think we need to discuss too much on this either. You know, what we were discussing and talking about with this 40-man, I think what the Pirates mentality needs to be is this is a rebuilding club. The guys that you really want to protect are the prospects, are the future. What is Anthony Banda?
He's a fine left-handed reliever.
Is he even fine?
You hope. He's a Chase and Shreve, whatever his name was. Like,
okay,
that's how relevant he is. He's okay to have. If I'm in a 40-man crunch and I'm going to lose literally anybody because of him, I'm all right getting rid of him.
Yeah. I think it's quite easy to me. I don't even think he's just a fine reliever. I think he kind of stinks. And
he looks like a dork as well.
And he looks like a dork, as Tyler states, not me. I'm just repeating. But yeah, I mean, for him, I don't need the Pirates to keep him. I mean, he's 28 years old. He's not part of the future. And you can pick him up just like the Pirates did this year anywhere. There's plenty of them out there. He just came with a name. Well, next year there'll be others with a name as well that you can retread and hope you get something, out of them. And if not, you move
And
on.
he throws with his left hand.
Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
I don't need Anthony Bond on the team. All right,
I'm
so
good.
we're down to 36 now. Okay. David Bednar.
Yeah,
Keep it.
we don't need to waste time.
Okay. Steven Brault. Yay or nay?
You got to keep him because there is some sort of value there, but I don't know if he makes the opening day roster.
That's
As
fair.
in he might be on the move somewhere.
I'm totally okay keeping him. I've never been a huge believer in him. It's not as if it's like, well, Steven Brault, he's going to break out. I don't have the Chad Cole love for Steven Brault. I'm not waiting for Steven Brault to put it together. He just is what he is, but he's not terrible. But he's also typically not healthy. And that's kind of his knock. I think it's close for him. I don't think his position's locked by any means. But just for the fact, him being the vet, still very affordable. I think he pitches good enough for a team that needs innings and pitchers that I think
Not
he's
to
safe.
mention, like
And
he'll
he's
probably
lefty.
spend half your season on the IL anyhow. So you can add another guy.
There you go. That's what he offers you. He offers you another position.
Exactly.
Right. All right. So I'm cool with Steven Brault. I do believe he stays, but I want to be shocked if he doesn't. Would you be shocked?
I would be shocked if they DFA'd him. Not if they traded him.
Okay. I wouldn't be shocked, but I don't see it happening. All right. So we're still at 36. So Brubaker, he's safe, right?
Yeah.
Cedarlin. So Blake Cedarlin.
I would hang on.
I absolutely believe you have to as well. The talent that's there. I know he's coming off Tommy John, but the talent that's there. I mean, we're going to talk about some prospects that you're looking to protect because you might lose. I would rather have him than some of them. Like before we get there, but like a Tanaj Thomas, I'm taking Cedarlin.
Oh yeah.
Even though the prospect status and whatever.
I mean,
or a Ying
it's not apples to apples, but I would find someone else.
Yeah. So Cedarlin protected. Rosie Contreras protected.
Yep.
Will Crow.
I'd probably let him walk.
You would what?
I'd let him go.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you said lock or walk.
Walk. Like Bob Walk.
There you go. Falling out of a chair. Will Crow. I kind of look at him in the same sense of Brault, but different. Like I wouldn't be shocked by any means, but I kind of see him being here just because he's not. Brault was better, right? I think he has more talent, but he doesn't have a future. He doesn't have control. Will Crow has the control. I think they might keep him around and say, let's see one more year or something. You know what I mean? Like he's cheap. I feel like they might keep him.
If it comes down to a Brault or a
this is a good
Will Crow,
yeah.
that's a tough one. I'd probably roll into Will Crow just because price tag as well as Steven Brault really hasn't shown you much. Nor has Will Crow, but it's cheaper and at least he can eat some innings. And at the point that the Pirates are at, they need innings.
So that's a good point. I do believe Brault has more talent. But Will Crow would give you the innings if you need it. He's there. He's cheap. And he has the years of control. You know, not saying that he's going to be good. I mean, next year he's probably not on the team. He probably gets
There's
cut. Like
also he's a Sheraton guy.
So there's that. That was one of his first trades, you know. He got him in the Josh Bell deal. Now that should really make a difference, but if Charrington believed there was something there, he probably is going to stick with them to see if he can get it.
It will make a difference.
I saw things this year. I know you did, much shorter time. We've talked about it, so like I've seen something. Maybe he can give you, and he can become that 2-inning reliever or something. Maybe they get creative this year. He fits that mold or such. But yeah, if it came down to Brault and Crow, that is interesting. One potentially has a future. One definitely doesn't. And one is his guy and one isn't.
Yeah,
one's
we
cheaper.
absolutely know what Stephen Brault is. A swingman.
Yes, when healthy.
We are 99% positive that Will Crow is a swingman, but a swingman on a very bad team, which we're in a point where we think the Pirates are going to be a bad team, is pretty valuable, and he's going to hopefully be healthy.
All right. So still 36, potentially 35 if Brault's gone. Because if it's down to them two, you're saying Brault. Eric Handhold.
I don't know who that is. Goodbye.
I just say why. I didn't really get that. I don't know why he is a Pirate now all of a sudden. But the fact that they added him, I'm unaware see why they would let him go.
I am unaware of who that human being is.
Not a baseball player, but a human being.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
So this one's interesting to me. And the reason I say that is exactly what I said. I would say no. I would say no to him. He's not a good pitcher. But
I don't know who he is.
Cherington acquired him. So why would you acquire him knowing you have this 40-man roster crunch to say we're going to let you go now too? So I feel as if he's there, like he's on the team.
I don't know who he is.
That's fine. I don't think you really need to. Because he's not good.
What is his name again?
What is his name again? It's Eric Handhold.
Never heard of him.
Hanhold.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
He can go.
He can. And I'm cool with it. I want him to go. But I don't think he is.
I don't know who that human being is.
I don't understand. I don't know. Okay. I say he stays on the team, though.
Sure. I don't know who it is.
All right. So,
I didn't know he existed before today.
With that said, so we're at 36. So we'll say 35 now, because it could be Brault / Will Crow.
Bump that thing down to 34 for me.
We'll make it 35. We'll go in the middle there. Sam Howard on the team or not?
I'd keep him.
Same. Mitch Keller on the team, right?
Yeah.
Max Kranick on the team. Ooh.
I guess.
I mean, I say yes to, just for the fact that.
Yeah, through this, yeah. There's more fat to be trimmed.
Right. He falls under he's a young,
yeah. Like, he's not a ribeye, but he's around, he's a round eye.
There you go. He's a flank.
He's the eye of round that I don't really want, but he's purchasable.
Okay. So we'll go with that. Chad Cole.
No. Get him the hell out of here.
I'm on that boat. I'm on that boat. I do not. And again, coming from me, I don't think Chad Cole. I'm not gonna say he's a Pirate next year. He could come back. They could resign him or something, work something out. But I'm not protecting Chad Cole. I'm not. I believe in his talent. I think he's very talented.
This was the year to prove it. Is he?
Rule 5 eligible. Chad Cole?
Yeah, you said protect him from the Rule 5.
Oh, I guess just I'm removing him from the 40-man. I'm DFA him.
Yeah, no, I DFA him as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, okay. I guess protect him in that sense. No, I apologize.
I was very confused Rule 5 there.
Eligible. I guess I should say, is he going to stay and make it past tomorrow?
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
No, I'd be okay. Let him go.
Let
him walk.
This was his year to prove it.
Yeah, he didn't.
And he didn't. And
either bullpen or starter. He did neither.
Oh, right. I was going to say, yeah, because he had both opportunities and he showed nothing in either of them. So I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss you, Chad. But no Chad Cole for me. Is that
with you.
shocking? Like, I feel terrible saying it.
No, I'm with you. Like, I was afraid that he was going to be a Charlie Morton. He's not.
The thing is, though,
The command's not there, man.
Is I don't see it happening, but I want to be totally shocked because it's like I see that talent in him. If there's something, if someone can unlock something, if someone can help him figure it out, he's got talent there. No means am I going to say he's going to be on every World Series team for like a 6-year stretch, like Charlie Morton, and actually turn into this really, really good pitcher. But what I am saying is I could see him figuring it out and being an MLB pitcher.
At the most where I'm at, I think he might become a good major league reliever.
Mm-hmm.
Where why couldn't we figure that out? But it's not going to hurt you.
It's not going to be a major loss.
But somebody's got to get him to the point where he's okay being a major league reliever, because I don't think he was here.
Well, he might find out what it's like being okay and not being a major leaguer. Period. Because that's where he's headed right now. So I don't think he makes it past Friday.
Remember when he was going to be the next Jared Hughes?
Man,
that comes in and throws sinkers.
Like, I really liked Chad Cole. I did.
I've never liked Chad Cole.
I did. Him and Adam Frazier.
I liked Adam Frazier. I did not like Chad Cole.
They both let me down. Even though Adam Frazier did his thing, right? But he let me down because he made Marcano in this team. So I'm gonna.
Man, that's
from the partly Adam Frazier's fault.
I did not like Chad Cole.
Yeah. All right. So Chad Cole, I feel doesn't. So I guess we're going to put it at 34 now then, right? It's kind of meeting in the middle there. We have 35, so we'll say 34 right now.
34 and a half.
Nick Mears.
Silence is deafening.
Yes.
I hardly remember him. He can go.
So
I can find 5 other guys with the same talent.
Yeah, that's really how I feel about him.
And throw a dart.
He's not terrible, like awful, but he's not really that good. Your biggest thing about freaking Banda was he looks like a dork. I absolutely despise Nick Mears' mustache. And for that, he's gone.
You want to know why I don't like him?
Why is that?
I feel like every time you say Nick Mears, I think of Pat Mears, and he cost us Ramirez.
God. All right. So no Nick Mears. So we're at a 33 now. I mean, this fat's trimming. This fat is trimming.
Oh, there's so much more.
All right. Luis Oviedo. He's on the
keeping
team.
Him.
Right.
Yeah. Keeping him. Stuff's too good. Don't care.
Yep.
Load out your ass if you don't like him.
Like, he wouldn't be here today if you weren't keeping him. So,
yeah.
All right. Dylan Peters.
I'd keep him. Because now we're getting to a point where we've already shredded the pitchers. We got to keep somebody that's done anything.
Yeah. When it comes to Peters, I was not a Peters believer.
No, still not.
Why, Cherry? Why? Peters is terrible. He stinks. But apparently he's worked on this changeup. But apparently he pitched pretty decent for the Pirates. Enough for me to say maybe there's something there. Whereas, going back to Nick Mears, I don't believe there's something there. Like, at all. You know what I mean? To me, there's nothing. Nick Mears is Nick Mears and whatever. Let's move on. With Dylan Peters, it's partly, well, for one, he's lefty. Partly, the Phillip Evans thing, right? Like that situation. He didn't play a lot, but when he did play, he left you desire to see maybe a little bit more. So I'll afford him that opportunity to go into this year. And like you just said, Tyler, there's so much fat being trimmed. Like the Pirates have to have players on the team too. Like someone's got to pitch. So to me, it's almost like let Dylan Peters be that guy. Award him. He pitched fairly well when he was here. Let's keep him.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, he didn't do poorly, so
Right.
he deserves a month.
What's sad? Like, what I want to say to him is like this whole team is like he could be a very good like swingman. This team's filled with those. Dylan Peters would make an excellent 2-inning reliever.
Yeah, I'm fine with him.
Maybe that's the goal. We're just gonna have 4 pitchers every game, pitch 2-3 innings, call it a day.
It's better than watching Mitch Keller try to throw 6.
Try to throw 4. All right. Cody Ponce.
I would keep him.
Yeah.
I think there's still enough in that tank.
It's a big tank.
Stuff still is going to play.
He's got a tank, man. Shout out to Steelers.
The stuff still plays a little bit.
He was like semi that prospect, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of a good get for what's his face?
Jordan Lyles.
Yeah, Lyles. You know, that was shocking. I'm not saying that Ponce was a great pitcher, but like it was shocking for what Lyles was. Like you even got a return for Jordan Lyles, and it was that. So like he came over as a semi prospect. Hasn't pitched great, but I'm with you. And again, it comes down to like someone's got to pitch. I'd rather it be Cody Ponce than again like
Banda.
Banda, perfect example. Yeah, you know, like he could potentially have that future. Maybe something clicks. Maybe there's something they see in him or whatever. I don't know. But like with Cody Ponce, there was something there. It's not. I mean, he's not good, but this team's bad.
Yeah, he didn't pitch well, but I mean, like new pitching coach. With a new pitching coach, I will take Younger.
Yes, and he fits that mold, and she fits that mold too.
Yeah, and stuff.
Again, yeah, the stuff's there. Cool. All right, so we're keeping him still at 34. Chris Stratton.
Keep.
To me, very easy keeping him.
Yeah.
Dwayne Underwood Jr. Speaking of swingman.
Yeah, I probably gave him. I mean, he did nothing to prove he's doesn't belong.
I'm like with you in the sense that I'm keeping him because he provides value. He showed it this year. Like he wasn't good, but for this team, I mean, they killed his arm. You know, he was the mercenary. Like his arm fell off to keep everyone else's arms on. And somehow or another, he mostly made it through the season. And again, not that he's a great pitcher, but he has value for what he provides. Again, especially for this upcoming club, I'm keeping him. But
at the very least, he makes your 40-man right now.
Yes. And wasn't say too is like, but this is probably his last year because the goal for the following year is to be good. And he's not good.
Yeah.
But he will provide that value. I'm keeping Underwood.
He's fine.
He's fine.
He really is. There's, like you said, they burned him to death.
Yes.
So, I mean, he's a good guy to have. I mean,
he's
at
not,
some point, we can't have 18,000 veterans or 18,000 rookies. God. See? It's coming. Noodle brain. What do you want from me?
Noodle brain.
Veterans. God, what is wrong with me tonight?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, he's not sexy by any means. He's not he's got this stuff or there's potential, but he's not terrible. He's not good, but he's consistently mediocre. And he's going to give you the innings you need. And he's always out. Speaking of noodle brain, he's got a noodle arm, apparently, you know?
Yeah.
He's going to give you those innings that you need.
He's just super fine to keep around.
Yes, he is super fine.
He's not a guy that you drew up for a 40-man spot. Yet.
On this team, no.
Yet.
On this team,
Yet.
No. Yeah.
Not right now.
Cool. All right, we're there.
You've got to have guys going the season with.
Right. Okay, so next up, Bryce Wilson. Keeping him easy. And then Miguel Yajure, easy. Keeping him too, right?
Yeah.
So all the young bucks. Okay.
Yep.
So that's it for the pitchers. We've trimmed it down to 34 spots, 6 open.
God, that was the hard part.
So next up, we'll do catchers. Jacob Stallings,
Keep 'em
clearly
both.
you're keeping.
Well, not keeping both, but
Michael Perez.
I mean, you have to keep him for now, but
I mean, you don't have to.
He's going to be replaced.
So, but you don't have to keep him now. But do you think they will?
I do, but he's not going to make it through this offseason on the 40-man.
So that's exactly how I feel. And actually, when Jim and I were talking about this a while ago, that's how I felt. Like, I felt they're going to keep him because, again, he's cheap. He's very cheap, very affordable. Not so much because, but he's also a Charrington guy. Like, he picked him up. I don't believe in Michael Perez, but you protect him, you have him, and then you can make a decision later to just say, well, you're gone because we found this other backup. I'm with you in the sense that I think he's protected also. But oddly enough, I don't think he's going to have, I'm not going to say any plate appearances, but I don't think he's a big part of the backup role in Pittsburgh next year, if he is at all.
I don't really know if he's on the team next year.
Mm-hmm.
I think more that his spot is safe for another backup.
Yeah. Okay. So still at 34. Diego. So now to infielders. Diego Castillo. Keep.
They just added him, so yeah.
Right. Okay. Rodolfo Castro.
They're going to keep him.
This is going to get real quick now.
Yeah.
Michael Chavis.
He's going to be kept. I don't know if he makes it through a few months.
I think that's fair. I think he's kept again for sure. I think he is. Why do you make that trade if he's not going to?
Yeah.
That's
I mean, a few
feel.
months in the regular season, not a few months off season, but I don't know that he stays on this team too long. In 2023 when we get baseball back.
In 2023. I'm with you. Like, nothing's safe, but I think he passes this round. Yeah. O'Neal Cruz, clearly he's staying. Cabrian Hayes, you're staying. Tucapito Marcano, you're staying. Right? I mean, he's staying.
Yeah.
Okay. Colin Moran.
I think he stays. He's a tough one, though. It's going to depend on the arbitration number.
I think, top of my head, 3 something.
I think he stays. But it's more of we're running out of players to keep on this 40-man. Because everyone else stinks so bad. I think he stays.
So let me ask you this. So right now, there's no Yoshi on the team. But it has been reported, and I do believe in Alex Stump has also stated, like, not double down on the reports before that came out from some publication in actually Japan. But he did state that there are in contact. There is interest, in the parties, I believe. How far the actual deal may be, like, there's no deal at this point in time. If he were to sign tomorrow, just put it out there. I feel I'm with you too. As of right now, he's safe. But say Yoshi signs tomorrow.
He's gone.
You think Colin's gone?
He has to be. You can't have 2 first basemen that can't do anything else. Like, neither of them can play anywhere else.
Well, there could be a DH. Manfred wants to progress the game and move forward with it. That's why they're going to be a lockout.
Find another guy. Find a guy that hits better than the 110 WRC plus.
I'm with you. I think he is safe solely for that fact. But if Yoshi signs tomorrow, he's not.
He's gone.
And the day that Yoshi signs afterwards, I think comes at the expense of Colin Moran. I think there's a 50-50 chance of Colin Moran being on this team next year.
Yeah.
And I guess the reasons, which I think we've kind of touched on before as well, is just for the fact that I think we know what Colin Moran is. He's not a terrible baseball player. He's probably going to be, if he gets left off the 40 man, he's probably going to be the best player that is.
Yeah.
But
That's
Yoshi presents that potential upside. Yoshi has that unknown. Yoshi has that. Well, there was a reason that he signed over here to the States because of that power. And Yoshi also displayed some really good stuff being a Pittsburgh Pirate last year, albeit short time. But in that time span, he's shown like, wow, this guy can hit. So that's where I'm at too. If Yoshi were to sign tomorrow, I think Colin Moran's not on the 40 man. And then if he signs afterwards, I think it's going to be at the expense, of course, at Colin Moran. Why are you going to have Colin Moran and Yoshi on the team together? Even if there's a DH, I don't know. The DH could save it, but
either way, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
I don't need both. I can get a better DH.
All right. These next three are even more interesting. Kevin Newman.
I would actually keep.
I just waver back and forth. I mean, we know the Yankees want him. If
you know exactly why I keep him, because there's another shortstop on this roster that I would be thrilled to get rid of.
Yeah, well, at Ketel Marte, which is not the actual Ketel Marte, says the Yankees are interested in Kevin Newman. So it's online, so it must be true.
Why?
Yeah. So for everyone that's going crazy right now, I mean, it's funny. If I've actually seen, I don't know about articles, but I've seen tweets and stuff. I think a podcast even. People are actually discussing this, like Newman and the Yankees. And did this really all start from just a person with what, like 25 followers named at Ketel Marte, who just said this, and everyone in Pittsburgh like went off and took the. I quoted it. I said, "Our Newman," like in jest. I didn't think everyone would actually take that serious, and it really took off. People are talking about Newman and the Yankees. Stop it. Newman's not even going to make the Pirates potentially. No. The Yankees don't want him.
Not a chance. I would keep him though.
I'm so torn on this because I'm so over Newman. But I do believe
I know I've seen him perform at a major league level.
Yes, and that's where we still.
There are so many middle infielders on this damn roster that haven't and won't. And I'm speaking of one that dates a Disney star.
And Netflix star.
Sure. I don't know what she does anymore, but I know when I was 16, I was looking at my freaking Razor, looking up Zac Efron and her photos that she sent to him. And
I just, we're not going to get too deep, I guess, because we talked about this last week and you and I agreed where I think Jim differed. I've seen Newman do it. I haven't seen Cole Tucker do it. I don't believe in either of them, but one has done it, and I'm going to keep him. I'm keeping Newman, but I'm not comfortable. It kills me and pains me that I'm saying let go of Colin Moran and keep Kevin Newman. And if I'm Colin Moran, I'm pissed if I'm let go and Kevin Newman's on that team.
It's not even that you have seen Kevin Newman do it at this level. You've seen him do it at the minor league level.
Well, that's
Cole Tucker hasn't even done that.
Yeah, it's not, well, I guess flip it. It's not so much that, it's just also Cole Tucker has never done it. That adds the reason, right? Like I've seen Newman do it here, but I've never seen Cole Tucker do it anywhere.
If Cole Tucker was not a first rounder, he would not have made it out of like high A ball.
Yeah,
he might have made it double A. But, with a cup of coffee.
But that's just where we're going at. He's always been the guy that there's the potential. He'll unlock it once
he would be.
Once he fills into that frame, and once this, like,
oh dear Lord.
I know, Tyler.
I've been arguing this point for 7 years.
Well,
how long has he been here?
7 years, I guess.
It's close.
It's felt that way. All right, so Kevin Newman, we feel is safe. So 34 still at this time.
Yeah, ish.
Because at this time, Colin Moran's on the team. Hoyt Park.
That's a tough one.
How about this? because this is what I want to do. Can we table him?
Yeah.
So let's
Please.
table him. We're at 34.
Because I don't know
We're going to
exactly
table
what we're looking at coming up.
Hoyt Park. Next, Cole Tucker. Gone, right?
Yeah, don't.
All right.
Man.
So he's now officially red carpet Cole Tucker. That's his, right?
Yeah.
It's official.
He can go.
He's going to be the eye candy for Vanessa.
He
Which,
could have
I
gone
mean,
for years
honestly,
ago. Not a bad gig.
I mean, if your dream in life was to be an MLB baseball player, I mean, think about it. Every kid who wanted to be a baseball player when they grew up. You wanted to be that person. If you couldn't be that and instead be Vanessa Hudgens' boyfriend just meandering around Hollywood all the time, like, is that really terrible? Are you a failure?
No, he's not a failure. I just think he's a bad baseball player.
So, I mean, it's a nice consolation prize. He might have a better life at this point in time, to be honest.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to enjoy him as a broadcaster on AT&T Sports in like 10 years.
You know what's weird? I don't see that from him at all. I say that he's better than that.
I'll enjoy him as a broadcaster.
I feel like, honestly, I feel like we could have a whole podcast on Cole Tucker because he just isn't a good baseball. He's not a good baseball player. I feel so bad. But here's the thing. He has such star quality. And baseball saw it. I mean, MLB saw that. He's on every MLB show there is. He's the most opportunist baseball player that ever existed. He's not done anything on the field, and then you tune on MLB Network, he's on there. And then he's on John Boy, and then he's all over the place. He's talking to CC Sabathia. They're nowhere in the same stratosphere. And there's CC Sabathia and Cole Tucker. You know, he was the face of the franchise in the PlayStation, the MLB league that had going on during COVID. You know, like Cole Tucker's everywhere. He is Hollywood. Like, in a weird way, this actually is probably good for him. Like, this is his official transition into Hollywood. He's got Vanessa now. He's got that star quality. He's very likable. He's not going to be a broadcaster, but he will be all over your TVs one day.
That's fine. Just get him out of my team.
All right. Done deal. So, officially to 33, pending Hoyt Park.
I don't want to watch him go make a sliding catch where he shouldn't have had a slide. And then hear Greg Brown scream in my ear about it.
All right, move on. Anthony Alford.
Gone.
Thank you. Okay, 32. Greg Allen.
Yeah. Who?
Greg Allen?
He's going to stay because they just got him.
Okay, so you do know who that is.
Yeah.
That was the facetious who. Perfect. I'm with you. Like, that's one of those two. Like, he was acquired, so why would he not be on the team?
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right. Ben Gamble.
Here.
Jared Oliva.
I mean, we're running out of players, so I'd keep him for now. But he's another one that I might table.
You want to table him too? So
I would probably table him.
We're at 33. We're going to table Park. We're going to table Oliva. And then Brian Reynolds.
I'd probably table him.
Brian Reynolds on the team.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 33 players that we're keeping on the team right now, pending Hoyt Park and Oliva.
Yeah. So kind of
7 spots.
31, but 33. Okay.
Yeah, 7 spots. And we'll find out the 2 that are on the cusp.
Yeah.
And then which one, if we want to substitute any of those for those 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Paguero's here.
So let me go to the top of this list. Let's find our Rule 5 people.
Paguero here.
All right. So very first one. And yeah, so the very first, I'm just going in an order on Fangraphs based on position and such. Okay. So the very first one, even entertain Mesa Martin, which of course, why not make it be the first one? Mesa Martin. This is a very polarizing player.
I would leave him unprotected.
Unprotected?
I would.
Okay. Here's how I want to play this. If there was unlimited spots, would you would want to, you want to see more of Mesa Martin, probably, right?
No.
Like, you're okay. You're done. So regardless,
it's
not
not that I'm done. It's that the jump from Double-A to major leagues with all the issues we have, I'm okay leaving him protected.
I'm okay with it as well. I guess I shouldn't have picked him first. He would be one I would table, theoretically, even though I know I'm not protecting him. He would be one I would table.
I already know there's not enough spots. He's not going to make it.
So not protecting Mesa Martin. We'll get back to him though. Okay, so next up is Piguero. Protecting him, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Done deal. So there's 7 spots. That's one of them.
Yep.
Travis Swaggerty.
I am protecting him. If it comes down to Mesa Martin and Travis Swaggerty, I'm protecting Travis Swaggerty.
Okay. I think that's fair. I am not a believer in Travis Swaggerty much, but he also is a position of need.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give him and afford him the opportunity to find out next year when he's in the majors. Here you go. Here's your shot. So I'm with you too. So there's 2 guys. Smith and Jigba, your boy.
I'm 100% protecting him.
He only have to fight for a spot. It's given.
Oh yeah.
So we got 3. Cal Mitchell.
I know we're going to come down the line, so I want to say that I would leave him unprotected right now, but I don't love doing that. He's one of those guys that will be fighting for that last spot.
Do you want to table him for now?
Kind of.
Okay, so let's do that. That's fine. So Cal Mitchell tabled. Remember that. Jack Sawinski.
He didn't perform well with the Pirates, but he hit well in Seattle.
San Diego, but it's okay.
San Diego, whatever. I was thinking of the catcher, Carter Benz.
Hey, you're a noodle brain. It's okay.
Yeah. Leave him unprotected. If someone drafts him, it is, someone drafts him, it is what it is.
Okay. So he's unprotected.
If someone wants to jump from Double-A to major leagues, striking out that much, go for it.
I'm like on the fence with him because he's one of those guys that intrigues me. Before this year, like non-prospect, like who really cares? No big deal. But like you said, like he had that very, very interesting portion of this year, right? That season with San Diego, which is why when that trade happened, and I think we talked about it, like he actually could end up being the best player in that trade because we all hate Marcano. It's more the fact that we hate him and less of the fact that Sawinski's really, really good. But it's a corner outfielder. I'm kind of just with you too. There's signs that like he's probably not a good player. I'm cool leaving him off as well. So Jack Sawinski not. So we still have 3. Next up,
3 spots.
No, 3 players that we've taken.
Okay.
3 out of the 7. Still just 3 players. 4 available.
Okay.
Do we talk about Bly Madry? I'm gonna bring him up because leave him unprotected.
I'm good leaving him unprotected.
Same.
I don't know who that is.
Lolo Sanchez.
I would leave him unprotected.
You would?
Yeah. A little too low. It's just low.
I was just gonna say something, so I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah, he's just not quite close enough to really protect.
Yeah, I want to protect him though.
I'm good.
It's tough. This is why we talk about the roster crunch. It's not because of the talent on the major leagues. There's definitely some intriguing guys. These aren't all big time prospects, but they come with some intrigue. Lolo Sanchez is a guy that I think many Pirate fans have heard about for quite some time now. Right? He's had a nice, I think,
Some
rebound.
would say that Pirates fans discovered him.
I like Lolo. He is that type. He goes unprotected. I'd be okay with it. But I want to try every way I can to protect him. You can't right now. So I guess, okay, I'll go through at this point in time. Unprotected Lolo Sanchez. Still just 3 guys. Omar Cruz. We'll bring him up.
He's the one I've been thinking about. Is he in high A ball?
No.
Double A?
Yeah.
Like, how many innings is double A?
Let me bring this up. Of course, you can't look it up, right?
Good Lord, I could probably do it far before you.
I'm on my MacBook and I don't know why Fangraphs isn't. Okay. Omar Cruz. So in AA, he pitched 70 innings, 3.44 baseball.
I probably, I would love to table him, but right now I would probably protect him because we got to get something out of that Frazier trade.
Yeah, that Musgrove deal is.
Or the Musgrove. God, noodle brain.
It's all right. It's all right. I saved you. I was just.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. God,
You didn't need to catch it. I was just going off. You know, the listeners could have thought you said
same
Musgrove.
team.
But it's like, so here's the thing about Cruz. I don't feel as if he has like all the talent in the world. Like there's with some of these other guys, like there's just wow, like look at this stuff and whatever. But he's good. He's goodish. You know, like he's not the highest ceiling in the world. But I feel like he has a path to the majors. And this is the
So
team.
where I'm at, if he didn't perform in double A, I would have definitely left him unprotected, but that's mainly the left-handed with decent stuff, low A ball or high A ball. They're going to perform well. Since he performed decently in double A, and we know that Sherrington loves double A numbers at this point, I'd probably protect him because that Musgrove trade, as you said, sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, Bednar's cool, but he's a reliever. So one thing I want to point out about Cruz, though, okay, just talking about him. So one thing that jumps out, though, as well, is like he has a very, very strong K rate for his career. Pretty much every single year in the minors, he's had over a 30% strikeout rate, 33, 30, 42, 31, 32. When he jumped to double A this year, it dropped to 19. So the overall performance was still there, right? He had like the mid-3 ERA, which he carried in high A as well. But the strikeout rate really fell. So to me, a little concern there. But I'm still, like you said, to me, I still want to protect him. Genny's a pitcher as well. Like I feel like a team would definitely pick him up if he were left up. Like he would be the guy that you're going to lose. So do you want to lose Omar Cruz or do you want to protect him?
He's also a guy that I think you could look at as a bullpen option next year. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's what the guys I think would look at him as in the Rule 5 draft. Like if he's there available.
Like he can actually hopefully perform at a major league level next year, at least in a loogie role. Well, loogie isn't really a thing anymore, but.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. In the same sense too. I mean, the Pirates literally kept Oviedo like this whole year.
Yeah. Yeah. The Pirates suck.
Well, there's teams that suck out there too that could go ahead and steal Omar Cruz.
I know. I'm saying like the Pirates suck. They could afford to burn a spot on.
Right. And
someone they traded their best starter
so
for.
next year the Orioles will be able to do that too. And
Pretty much just like, don't make me deal with losing all of the Musco trade in the Rule 5.
perfect. There you go. All right, so Omar Cruz there. So now we have 3 spots available at this point in time.
Okay.
Tanaj Thomas. Now we're gonna get into it. Tanaj Thomas. Keep
There's
him.
not a question. Yeah.
So you're
We're
keeping
down
Thomas. So now you got 2
Yeah.
left. Cody Bolton.
Mainly because we're running out of spots. He's got to go. He's going to get picked if he is available.
I wish that injury this year. God damn, you know.
He's one that I
back.
would
back.
like to table because truthfully, if it comes down to Hoy Park or Cody Bolton, I'm keeping Cody Bolton.
So let's table him as well because there's also Cal Mitchell.
Yeah.
So we'll table him. So we have 5, 2 available. So next up is Eddie Yean.
How's his arm?
I
Is
don't
he
know.
healthy?
I haven't talked to him.
I don't.
As far as I know, he is.
I know, but is if he's healthy or not, like, makes a big difference with the Rule 5. But
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that lets me know that he's not healthy.
he's. God, I don't want to leave him available, but I have to
That's literally where I'm at.
because he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't. He was the piece in the Josh Bell trade. Like that was really what it was. It wasn't Will Crow. It was Eddie Yean. And you know, he showed some stuff before the trade, but after the trade, it wasn't a pretty year for him. And he's only reached single A. He's one of those guys where he definitely could get picked up. Like he's got the talent. He's literally like he's what the Pirates picked up last year. You know, that's what he is. That's what he presents. He's got all this talent in the arm. Can a team afford to pick him up and keep him involved next year when in single A he pitched at a 5.27 ERA?
He's a guy that if he gets drafted, don't be surprised if he ends up back in the Pirates.
Well, that's true. But if he gets left unprotected, which I'm unprotecting as well, don't be surprised when he gets drafted.
Yeah.
You probably will lose Eddie Yean. However,
he's kind of an Oviedo.
Yeah, you're right. But
Stuff plays, but he's going to need to be hidden.
So that's like where I'm at. Like you probably will lose him, but I'm kind of okay with it. Like, would you rather have Eddie Yean or would you rather have Omar Cruz? I want Omar Cruz.
Yeah.
Eddie Yean has talent. You like it, but it's a very, very high risk, high chance that he really gets that. Low chance, I should say, that he gets it. So if he walks, he walks because he's probably not going to be anything. It's probably not.
Yeah.
And like I said, in 4-5 years from now, we'll be talking about him like I talked about Tyler Webb earlier. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that guy.
Or Jose Soriano.
There you go. Which, that's one that, I just wish it didn't turn out the way it did, you know?
It did, though.
It did. It did. Okay, so, no Eddie Yean. Next up, Yeri De Los Santos.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace. Don't care.
Don't care at all.
Not at all. Look, I got like what, 2 spots left?
Potentially.
And I have tabled a lot of guys right now.
Potentially. So, I mean, he didn't pitch much. Basically 23 innings this year. I don't know though, man. I mean, he's reached Triple A's 23. Like, I feel he's a guy that could be on the team next year. I want.
So are a lot of guys.
Well, really though, are they?
Someone's got to
I
throw on this team.
want to keep him.
All right, you're down to 1. I'm down to 2.
Listen to this point of view. We just talked about how we trimmed all the fat, and a lot of that fat came from the pitching. And as far as the pitching goes, it was a lot of, the relievers and such. And there's really not anyone on the major, like you said, someone's got to pitch. We need innings. We need arms. He, to me, presents a little bit of intrigue here. He would definitely, I think, has all the potential and shot to be on the major league roster next year. Like from day one. I want to protect him.
Okay. I don't.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
If it really comes down to it, Perez can go and we'll find a backup catcher in a few months. And then we'll figure out the 40-man roster spot at that point. Someone can go on the IL.
I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with that. Because I don't like Perez, but somehow or another it looks like Charrington does.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, in February or in January, we'll find a backup catcher and work from there.
Hopefully. By the way they operate, it might be March 23rd. So next up, I'm going to say it because I feel like he's enough to talk about. Stephen Jennings.
I don't know who that human being is.
You don't?
But I also kind of do, but
let me make it easy for you then. No, I'm not.
all right, cool.
I bring it up because it's a name. He's been a guy that's like hung around the system. But I'm not. So I'll put it this way. This year he's as a 22. No, he's 23 now. He just turned 23. Oh, happy belated birthday, Stephen Jennings, on November 13th. So he was 22.
Have fun getting drafted.
He was 22 this year. In single A, in 16 innings, he pitched at a 2.76 ERA. High A, 28 innings, 4.5 ERA. And then in double A, 29 innings, 6.67 ERA. He came a little bit of intrigue. Again, like a name that's been out there, but I'm leaving him go.
Yeah. I'm
okay.
good with that.
Fair enough. Who else do we have? That's pretty much it. That's it.
Oh, good.
So where do we stop at?
All right, so we have Hoy Park that we tabled, Cal Mitchell we tabled, De Los Santos was slightly tabled, but not really. You picked him, I didn't. At this point, he's probably, I don't know. And we also tabled someone else that I cannot remember.
In the minors, Cal Mitchell, Lolo Sanchez, I think, right?
Okay. So De Los Santos, you protect, I think.
Yeah.
Because now we're down to 3 guys. And in my opinion, I think it comes down to Lolo and Cal Mitchell. Because I don't believe in Hoy Park anymore, unfortunately.
I don't really either. Hoy Park was fun. He was like the Jack Swinsky to that degree, like it was like whatever. And then this year he just broke out. And
what did we decide on Swinsky?
I said no. I think you did too.
I did as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like it was fun. You wanted to see more because he had this great breakout season. So let's see it in the major leagues. We saw it in the major leagues, and
yeah, wasn't great.
I wasn't completely sold on it. To me, he presents someone, whereas if he gets picked up, he gets picked up. If he doesn't, then keep him around. Cool,
So,
but to me, to go back on it, because I'm with you too. Like Hoy Park, I think was something happened. It was cool, but we saw the majors, whatever. We're like Lolo Sanchez. I like him, man. Like I've liked him before. He had a really, really down 2019 in high A. And then we had no 2020, you know, and you kind of starting to get down on him a little bit. Like maybe it just really isn't. But he broke out again. I know he's high again. I know he's 22. He's not the youngest per se, but
Right.
he performed.
So it's kind of, you look at Lolo in high A ball and then Cal Mitchell in AAA. Cal Mitchell really hasn't done much.
Yeah.
Lolo has shown something. But is the team really going to draft Lolo being in high A ball and try to keep him on the roster all year, especially as a position player? You can't. To be fair, they're probably just going to go with another reliever instead of both these guys.
Probably. Well, I was going to say, actually, and that goes to part of it. I think it's much easier to hide and get a pitcher than
Like
it
we're
is
looking.
a
Like
position
I wouldn't
player.
be. They might just throw both these guys in the Rule 5 and protect Eddie Gein.
Well, that kind of goes to the point what I was going to say here. Like, I could see a situation where an Eddie Gein, as terrible as he was, and as a pitcher, I could see him getting picked up, and Lolo Sanchez, who had a really good season, not getting picked up. Because, right, I do think and feel like, right, it's probably easiest to pick up a pitcher, and you can kind of hide them better, keep them all year, and then they're in the system. I mean, again, the Pirates did it right now with Oviedo.
Yep.
It was easy. So
now that I think about it, I would probably protect an Eddie Gein type over hanging on to a Lolo and leave him. If you leave him unprotected, is somebody really going to draft a guy that played in high A ball? If they do, are you going to hang on to him all year?
I personally feel the opposite. And it goes against everything I said, but there's also a point of,
Yeah.
when they come even, in a sense, and like, I feel the disparity of Eddie Gein, even though he's, like, I feel he could get picked up, but I'm okay losing him. Whereas there's a small chance of Lolo Sanchez getting picked up, but he still has that chance. And I feel like I want him in my system. I'm okay with Eddie Gein not being in the system. So I would rather protect Lolo than Eddie Gein. Even though the odds are Eddie Gein would get drafted and Lolo not. There's still that chance. And I don't want to lose that chance. To me, not with Lolo.
Well, we disagree.
And that's fine. That's fine. You have a noodle brain.
And
I'm just an idiot.
I would hang on to Eddie Gein right now. And I also think the Pirates would if they were presented with the same situation, mainly because he's sharing the guy.
That's true. I don't know if it totally plays in this, but that is true. Lolo isn't, but
Nor is Cal Mitchell's not as well, correct?
no, they've been around for a while.
It feels
too.
like he's been in the system for 7 years.
Yeah, Mitchell's been in since 17. He was drafted in 2017.
So yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right.
I told you that the 40 man would take forever.
It would. This is I don't know. It's not really fun. It's not really interesting, but there's definitely some choices as we've kind of broken down right now. There's definitely choices, and they're not easy choices.
Would have been way more fun with Jim.
And again, all of this, I said we'll come back around to it. All of this without Mesa Martin protected.
Yeah.
Because let's get back around that. So you see the issues we're having right now. You see the crunch we're having, and that's without even mentioning Mesa Martin. So again, let's bring up Mesa Martin because he seems as if he was a pretty hot topic on Twitter for the past few days because of today's 40-man crunch. Are we really worried about Mesa Martin?
I am not, because I just can't picture a team drafting him and holding on to him and watching him strike out like he does. unless there's a phantom DL stat.
IL.
Yeah,
Speaking of 2017.
potato.
So, like, here's the thing, okay? Let's pretend that you're incorrect. There is a team that's going to pick him up, and there is a team that's going to play him all year long. I believe in Lolo Sanchez's talents to a degree. Do you believe that Mesa Martin is going to be a good Major League Baseball player?
Oh, God, no.
Why?
No.
Why?
Feel like I've tweeted it 18 billion times, but there's not a major leaguer that struck out the way he does in the minor leagues and succeeds in the majors. There are two, Javi Baez and Joey Gallo. And those are like top 10 prospects in baseball.
Right.
That everybody saw something special in. There have been a billion Mesa Martins.
That is correct. And so, like, I'm with you, man. I just don't really believe, like, he's intriguing. You know, we talked earlier this year, and I even, coined, like, he's like his best, the best you could hope for with him is he's an Adam Dunn light. Like, that's what, if he is going to be a major leaguer, he's going to be the poorest version of Adam Dunn, where he's not going to hit for any average, and he's just going to hit home runs, and that's it. But he strikes out even like way more than Adam Dunn did, and he walks a lot less than Adam Dunn, like especially this year. Here's also something you talked about, Joey Gallo, bringing him up. Like, Joey Gallo walks a ton. Like, he strikes out a lot, but he walks a ton. But you know what, though, too? And I know, like, when you talk about Joey Gallo, everyone talks about, like, the offense in this because, of course, he just hits bombs.
Very good defense.
He's a great defender. Like, he also adds value. Like, he's not just good because he hits 199 and belts out 40 home runs. Like, he actually is a really good defender, too. He's a good baseball player.
Yeah, I don't love him, but
yeah,
I would lose my mind having to watch a guy strike out that much.
Sure, but like,
he's useful.
Correct. He
doesn't play first base.
Have the high strikeout rate, and that's typically not good. But he makes up for it because he's not really a terrible hitter. Like, he strikes out a lot, but he walks a lot. You have to deal with that. But he plays really good defense too. Mesa Martin's a first baseman.
Yep.
Who, I mean, he's not praised for his defense, but he's also just a first baseman. Like, so you're going to live with a guy who just strikes out a ton. I don't see it translating. So, sure, a team could draft them and a team could hang on to them all year. Do you really feel like you're losing much?
No.
We just broke down the 40-man. We just had Colin Moran's likely gone this year. What are the odds that Mesa Martin's better than a Colin Moran?
0.
I mean, I'll give him a 3%.
0.
But like, that's where we're at.
0.
So like, yeah, he presents this power. Like, he's got this power, but what are the odds and chances he's going to be a major leaguer and get that? I think it's so far down there, and that's what we're talking about. Like, especially his position, like, he's a first baseman. You have to be a good hitter. Colin Moran is 10% better than the average hitter in baseball. And who cares?
Mesa Martin would be a unicorn because nobody's struck out like he does and walked as little as he does and made it to the major leagues and been a productive baseball player.
Right.
While playing first base.
Yep. And like, the thing I want to point out is he did have decent like walk rates too, but those have decreased.
Not great.
And this year, still in AA, striking out 34.2% of the time. He walked just 8.1. I mean, that's like half the rate of like Joey Gallo. We're talking about like half the rate.
Yeah.
It's not as if he gets on base to that degree as well. I mean,
and we're talking double A.
Right. I mean, he literally could be in the majors, and sure, he hits 30 bombs, but he's batting 160 and getting on base at like a 67 clip, and he's your first
I'd lose
baseman.
my mind.
I
would lose my mind.
I'm good with no Mesa Martin. That's why you're not protecting him.
I am completely with you.
All right. So I think that's it.
That is probably it, because we're closing on an hour and a half, and we said no 2 hours.
All right. So there we go.
Because last time we did this alone, it was 2 hours.
I know, right? How's that happen? I don't
Get
know.
on rampages.
Either way, I guess with you and I on a show together. But yeah, so that's the 40-man breakdown.
Hopefully
And
we'll show
after
the video sometime.
Yeah, it'll be up some point. I mean, if you care to watch it now. But yeah, so now that the 40-man is going to be over today, because today again is Friday, not much to talk about because we are about to enter the off season of CBA talks. And Manfred basically coming out saying that there will be a lockout. So this is going to be fun.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for all the random shit we talk about.
Oh boy. Oh, the Patriots won 25-0. All right, let's
Not
get
a
out of
big
here
game.
then
Yep.
before it's officially an hour and a half. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.